not going to call you a producer. I'm just going to call you a sonic storyteller. So your relationship with the artist, and then I guess the artist relationship with the fans. I guess, how does that all correspond and kind of go together? Because the artist relationship with the fans is different, and then the artist relationship with the producer or sonic storyteller is different. So can you kind of break that down and I guess see how it kind of all aligns into one?
Yeah, so there's a lot of different approaches to producing. The thing that I love about music and creation is that there's not any rules, and I don't like rules very much. I don't like being put into a box and not having the ability to be able to explore new ideas. And that's something that like every creative I think has in their, in their blood, that they're just like, they want to break out of, create something new or have a new experience or just explore, these new things as opposed to just kind of being a cog in the wheel sort of thing. So in going through that, there's all kinds of different ways that you can approach production. The way that I approach it personally is being focused on the vision that the artist has and this extreme passion that I have for someone having a thought and an idea that just comes to them from their muse or comes to them from an experience that they're inspired about. And now they want to take that and turn it into something that other people can hear and have a similar experience with. I love that idea. That's what gets me like fired up about making music. So in doing that, I'm always focused on how the sounds are going to relate to the lyric, how the lyric's going to relate to the listener, all the connections that are happening within every little, piece of it. So my approach is to focus on that vision that the artist has first, and then to seek out a way to create kind of a blueprint around how we can construct this idea. And depending upon the genre of music and the song and the artist, that sort of develops in different ways. Sometimes it's like just listening to a lot of different music to sort of get like vibe influences and stuff. Other times it's just talking a lot about like what inspired this, where did this song come from, where were you, like paint the picture for me on like how this came together. And if I'm writing it with the artist, then I have an even deeper understanding of it because we're sort of creating it together and sharing our experiences through that process. But I'm very much focused on that. And then there's always a part of me that is focused on does this sound cool? Does it sound new? Is there something that feels completely like not polished, but like organized, within it. And so that's more like the A&R producer side of me. Like, is this song is artistically cool and the artist really likes it, but are other people going to like it? And so I'm thinking about, that side of things. And so my process is to just chase down that vision of the artist and then create something that is interesting, but still relevant. And that's my focus on how I approach it. So I think that the producer relationship with the artist should be very open, and I bring zero ego into the equation. I share my ideas, but if the artist doesn't like one of them, then we keep exploring more ideas. If I feel really strongly about something, I try to kind of fight for the idea, but not fight the artist. So I try to let's just try it and see. Like, can we just live with it and and see how it feels. And if it's still not feeling right after we've explored it, then we'll move on to something else. And I tell the artists to do the same thing. I don't want artists to just trust me because they're like, well, you're the expert, you do this all the time, I'm just going to listen to whatever you say. I don't like working with those types of artists. I want someone to come in that has a passion for collaboration and exploring the possibilities of an arrangement and of a song and how it connects with people. So it's I feel like I'm friends with all the people that I work with and produce, and I feel like you have to be able to really understand their art at a deeper level to help them authentically translate the thoughts and feelings and emotions that they have around the song into something that someone else can hear. And I think that emotion comes through, when you're feeling it. The other important thing for me is if I'm bringing other people into the project, other musicians, other engineers, that sort of thing, that everyone is connected in that, in that way, connected to the material in that way, and that the personalities vibe and the energy is right. So we feel like we're really giving it the right attention that it should have. So, but that's my opinion about how a producer should work. There's other producers that do incredible work that just they hear an artist and they say, okay, this is the sound that we're going to have, and just sort of take that approach and and go through it. And there's others that are more like just sort of observant kind of producers, where like they have their team like kind of built and their team does most of it, but they just sort of oversee it, make sure it happens. And then you have like the songwriter producers that are like in it from start to finish, which also happens, with me a lot. But so there's different, different approaches to it. And I wouldn't argue necessarily that one way is the way that great records get made. I just think that's the way that I like to work, is in a more collaborative effort.